Well, welcome to the stream. And here we have a delightful evening planned for these poor souls to travel through the Spire of Malice. And they'll be introducing themselves shortly. I just wanted to let everyone know that we appreciate you being here and tuning in for this evening. One thing to take note of, all four players each have their own secret motivations for being at the Spire of Malice this evening. And those may or may not be revealed. I do want to warn any viewers that this adventure contains significant amounts of body horror, psychological distress, to some degree, torture, might be stated cruelty to animals in a certain situation, but they're sort of self-imposed cruelties. So please do be aware those are the content warnings for this particular adventure. I'm your host for the evening, Rugos Cone. And we can go around if everyone will introduce themselves and their character that they're starting off with, maybe not necessarily finishing off with. But let's start with Alex Barton.
Hey, I'm Alex Barton. I go as New Year online on Twitter and Reddit and stuff. I have a little website called New Year Studios, newyearstudios.com. I create tabletop RPG supplements, and by trade, I'm a graphic designer. I'm going to be playing as Lygan, the occult herb master, this evening for hopefully the entire time. We'll see. We'll see.
And is there anything interesting you can tell us about Lygan?
Well, Lygan is from the Dark of Sarkash, and he was raised in the glade and watched the eye of the moon in a silver black pool. Apparently, I've not done a lot of research about Lygan yet.
He can develop as we move along.
Yeah.
So, Derek, how's about you introduce yourself and who you will be starting off as this evening?
My name's Derek Gustafson. I do a little bit of morkboard creation, De Gustafson on Twitter, and I will be playing Walder, the Paladimwit, who my family refused to adopt this new foreign religion, and so I saved them by removing their heads. And that's how I roll.
All right. How's about we go to Paul next?
Hi, I'm Paul Miller. I'm on itch.io as Sludge. And I enjoy playing Morgborg with Rugos on his server. And I'm playing Galgenfried. He is fatalistic, very, very, very proud of his appearance, even though he's horribly burnt on one side of his face. It's beautiful scarring. And I'm looking forward to playing with you all today and the Spire of Malice. So,
and just so everybody knows, this is the creator of the single largest game entry in the history of game jams, produced in one mad fit of typing.
Yes.
What was it, like 23 hours of
it was keyboard? It was 13 and a half hours and I think 16,000 words or something.
Wild.
So it was a campaign I hope you guys would enjoy. It's called Drums of Ascension. It was fun, and when something else comes up, then I'll have a fever dream again and do something fun. But that's how I roll. So.
Indeed. And last but certainly not least, our good friend Riley.
Hello, I'm Riley Coyote. You might know me from Afterthought Committee. We did Castaway, if anyone likes survival games. And I make a bunch of random stuff for Mouse Ritter and Morkborg and Troika. So if you go to afterthoughtcommittee.itch.io, you can find my stuff. And I'm playing Slash, who is a sacrilegious songbird. So you're probably going to hear a lot of terrible singing throughout this adventure. That's
Awesome.
me.
We can only hope. So I'm going to, before we kind of begin the hijinks, I'm going to give a slight introduction to exactly what the Spire of Malice is. So, perched upon the rugged edges of the southwestern coastline of the island of Dying Gods, the tower guides travelers safely into port, or at least it used to. Now it draws the weak-willed in with a glow of supernatural magnetism. Many dare to enter, brimming with hope of secrets learned and treasures looted. Most leave by way of a plunge over the top rail, or never leave at all. So 2 days ago, the four of you, along with several other passengers, boarded a garbage scow in the great port of Grift. The choice was one of questionable wisdom. You set out across the endless sea, and on the second night, all your doubts were removed as the glow of the lighthouse warmed your face on the decks of the ship. You pulled into the harbor, finding yourself in a rat's nest maze of crates and cargo, various elements of the shipping industry, rotting hulks of ships. Seems like nothing in the harbor is really seaworthy. You managed to bluff your way past the purple-robed priests that seemed to facilitate everything on the island. They had a checkpoint at a wall, a defensive wall around the harbor. They seemed very suspicious. They questioned your reasons for being on the island. They wanted to see religious tokens, demanding you surrender anything. But you managed to bully your way through in one way or another. The four of you have kind of seemed to all coalesce together as a group, pushing the weak out of the way, moving through. You all seem to end up on the same road, headed southwest along the coast. All of you headed towards the Spire. It was sometime near daybreak as you stumbled up the hillside, up a gravel path, that you came to the picket fence surrounding the perimeter of the area. And there it was before you, a white stone spire, a ramshackle shack. You could see a path leading off down near the coastline, down to a dock. So, here at the precipice of your goal, how do you wish to proceed?
We must head to the Spire. That's all I want to do. And I start trying to head that way.
Well, we didn't come all this way for nothing, did we?
Absolutely. Onward.
So as you
Take it
push,
slow in the back.
you push onwards towards the lighthouse. As you move past, you can see that the house is quite weather-worn and salt-encrusted, a quite miserable and inhospitable-looking shack. There's two rotting rocking chairs on the front porch. There's an outhouse. The door flaps in the gentle sea breeze. As you approach the house, you can see that the pathway forks off, leading you onwards towards the Spire. And shortly beyond that, it branches again and heads down to the coast. The house seems quiet. You don't notice any activity. There's the windows are completely caked over with crust, so it's impossible to even get a glimpse inside from your place on the path. Pushing on towards the Spire, you can see the outside. It's a massive and imposing building. cast shadows in every direction, shrouding the landscape in murk. The exterior is a seamless extruded shaft of white stone. There doesn't seem to be a single seam, crack, window, or otherwise. The only thing is a lone archway scarring the otherwise perfect surface. But a strange shroud of darkness hangs in it. You can't see anything inside, but you can hear snatches of what sounds like a terrible commotion on the interior. And it's at that moment that a body slams into the ground in front of you, narrowly missing you. And
Kick it.
then another body and another. And you look up, and every few seconds, someone leaps over the top rail, plummeting to their death around you.
I want to get there, and I point to the top of the spire where the bodies are falling.
Yeah, I'm like
go ahead.
backing up from the pile for sure.
I instead immediately rush toward one of the bodies and start like taking little skin samples and like scratching them and placing them into little vials and tucking them in my jacket, kind of like tasting the ground and very interesting.
Take out a piece of silver and just kind of like very carefully and warily. Are the bodies just not stopping?
No, every 30 seconds or so, someone else leaps to their death.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm going to try and catch that window between, and I'm going to try and throw a silver coin up into that space and see if I can hear anything ring out or if it even goes
Through the doorway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you throw your silver coin and it passes through the veil of darkness, and you hear it hit what sounds like a stone floor as it ricochets off the floor and bounces around on the interior. So there doesn't seem to be anything impeding it or changing its physicality.
Mm-hmm.
Seems safe to me.
Well, on you go then. Should be
Lygan?
just fine.
Would you please make an agility roll?
Oh, an agility roll. Okay.
Yes.
Jagenfried says, "Watch out for the bodies."
This is not going to go well. I got an 11.
Oh, you narrowly miss having someone slam into you. They turn into a fine paste next to you as they smash into the ground.
I don't even act shocked. I'm just like, oh, so interesting. I'm just kind of I rifle through their clothing, the body that is now paste. I'm kind of going through their belongings on their person.
The tower's right there. Stop eating the dead. Let's just go to the tower.
Probably a good idea.
Would you like to give me a D66 roll, please?
Yeah, I got a 61.
So in the muck of the body, you find a pouch with 61 silver in it. It's covered in this person's innards at this point now, since they made a 7-story fall onto stone. But if you would like some very disgusting silver, it is certainly yours for the taking.
Pocket it.
So, does anyone else wish to continue searching bodies or standing about as they fall?
Galgenfried heads toward the spire slowly. He's just staring at it in wonder. So
yeah, I'm casually like, trying to keep track of the count so that I'm never like unaware when the body falls. But I go up to Galgenfried and I say, if you want to get up there, I can probably help you out.
How would that be, sir?
Well, just you wait. And I pull out my axe that has like some thin hair on it. And I pluck a couple of strings way out of tune. And I'm going to try and cast telekinesis. I have an unclean scroll. So we'll just flavor that.
Right.
What is that? Presence, right?
Yes.
That is a 19.
Oof. Going right for the top immediately.
I can lift you up 10 times 10, 100 feet for D6 minutes. So let's just say I can lift you up there.
Can you get? Please take me to the top of the spire.
Just toss you right in through the hole.
So, do you wish Galgenfried to be lifted towards the lofty heights of the spire?
Let's see what happens.
Tell us what's up there. Like,
So, my goodness, going right for the gusto. So, all right. So Galgenfried is lifted high into the air. He approaches the top of the spire, and at the very top, you see that there is a dodecahedron-shaped building, all glass ceiling, or not ceiling, but walls, with a copper roof, atop which stands a terminus, a statue. That terminus is holding a Zweihander, and a great light blazes out from this room. All around the perimeter are people. There's dozens of people standing at the top of the spire, and they approach the edge. They casually climb over, stony-faced, and fling themselves over the edge.
Can I get to the actual edge of the spire, like the thing that they're jumping over?
You could, yes.
I head that way.
So, Slash, you are going to be in control of him, I guess, and you're going to try and move him to the edge of the.
oh no, I'd
railing.
drop him right through the hole if I can. Yeah.
Well, there's no hole. It's just a railing, a ledge.
Oh,
around
gotcha.
the
Yeah, so
perimeter.
I'll put him up there if I can.
Okay, because the hole is down by you.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's a
yeah, so I'll put
doorway.
him up there anyway. and I'll say to the others, like, with him gone, more silver for the rest of us.
I scream, look at the beautiful light!
All right. Well, Galgenfried, you stare, I guess, directly into the light, and please give me a D20.
All righty. 10.
10. Something strange happens to you as something reaches out to you from the light, warps itself around you, wrapping around your body.
Oh my God!
Your body, it begins to atrophy while your mind expands with arcane knowledge.
I see it all!
Are we hearing him scream this?
Certainly.
I get a little bit jealous, but I try not to show it.
What arcane knowledge am I full of?
Oh, the arcanist.
Awesome.
All sorts of dark secrets. You find yourself growing weaker, your muscles degrading, your brain growing. You now have -2 to your strength and +2 to presence.
Okay. Incredible. It's all I thought it could ever be.
Yeah. As the spell's power is beginning to wane, does Slash bring you back down to the ground?
Absolutely not. I already uncast it. I dropped it and I just started walking away. Like, I'm telling the other guys basically, like, we're good. And I'm gonna take my very long fingernail and I'm just gonna casually kind of like scratch along around like the surface of it, just pure stone.
Yes, except for the single opening at ground level.
Okay. And I'm
Slash!
gonna stop right at the opening.
Bring me back. I know all.
You're gonna have to jump.
I don't believe I'll survive.
You can always try.
Here,
It's called the
Come down
scientific method.
come down in 60 seconds. Let's at least make him a pile. And
Aim for another
I
corpse.
grab a couple of corpses and just drag them so there's a nice big pile of them, and I hope the guys join me. All right,
So-
we've made you a mattress.
Can everybody that's participated in making the mattress give me an agility roll?
Absolutely. Oh, you're gonna love this. That's a 7.
What for that one?
So I get a +4 to the DR of my agility test, but I rolled a 16.
16. So Waldor is perfectly fine as bodies rain down around him. Slash, on the other hand, not so much. And Slash, can you please give me a D6 roll?
That's a 1.
A 1. Do you have any armor?
Leather with a 1.
So you're also quite lucky as a body glances off your shoulder, just scraping along the edge of you.
I'm like looking up to tell him, and then I'm like,
So, Gelgenfrid, would you like to leap from the top into the mattress pile of corpse?
Gelgenfried looks at this pile of corpses and with this newfound brilliance considers this to be a bad idea. So he takes this crunchy blanket and throws it down to help soften the blow.
All right. Do you leap over the edge?
I don't know. Let me consider this for a second.
Do it. Don't forget you have omens.
All right.
I strum a couple of chords and I say, I'll inspire you. And strength and presence are switched.
I look around with my newfound brilliance at the teeming pile of people on top of the spire. And I look for a fat, squishy one. And I'm going to grab that person and jump with them and try to use them as my as a bit of a shield as I fall.
Well, they're quite eager to hasten their demise with you, so they're a very willing participant in your plan. Go ahead and give me an agility roll, or actually, let's make that a presence roll since this is aiming. And you can add an additional bonus since you have some extra cushion, shall we say. We'll make this a DR 8.
Everyone's
gosh.
strength and presence is switched. For
No, just
Everyone's?
just
Well-
Gelgenfried's.
All right.
Well, it says
DR8.
everyone who hears it. Anyone hearing it swaps scores for the next D6 days. For the next 6 days.
Okay, so everyone's strength and presence is swapped.
Yeah. I hope
So-
that didn't fuck anybody over because it really fucked me over.
My strength and presence were they were 0 anyway. So
Oh, nice.
My strength was 0. My presence was -3.
Well, that happened before my brain was enlarged by the arcane dodecahedron, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So I have 0 and 0 for each, and so you've given me
Okay.
the -2 for the strength and the +2, so it's all the same.
Okay.
So all right, I'm going to do this roll. So what do I need? I need 8. So I have a +2.
Yeah, an 8 or higher.
Yeah, we know how I roll, man. I've got a 4 +2. Did you say I get an extra +2 for the cushion?
Well, I took that into account with the DR of 8.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay. So that didn't work, man. I got a 6.
One step backwards.
So Gelgenfried leaps over the edge of the railing, holding on to his heavy person as extra cushion, and promptly misses the corpse pile and lands flat on his back with the other fella on top of him.
Oh, man.
I'm going to check and see if the big guy is alive.
So, Gelgenfried, can you give me a roll of D8, please?
Oh, boy. 2.
All right. Do you have any armor?
I have a lamellar armor. I don't know what that means, but it's got -D4. So you want me to do the D4?
Sure.
Okay, I rolled a 3.
Well, somehow, miraculously, you have not died.
Fantastic.
There's enough goo and slime from years of everyone slamming into the ground here that you have not managed to take any damage here. There was enough cushion just naturally in the ground around you that you have survived this plummet and now have the benefit of arcane knowledge.
Awesome.
Get
Slash,
down real low.
you have given me such joy. I have the arcane knowledge of the spire stretched into my brain. It's amazing.
What did you see?
I saw the light. You must see the light. Use your own
I-
spell and go up there now.
I try to write down anything he can detail, but it's probably all nonsense.
So, as you are recovering from your adventures here at the base of the spire, out of the house comes one of the keepers. He's a bearded fellow. He's wearing a heavy coat, and he comes running up to you. Hey, what are you guys doing here? What's going on?
None of your business, old man. We'll be
None of my
around with you.
business. I'm the key. If Morgar sees you out here doing these kind of jumping off, he's going to have something to say about that. Don't.
Don't worry not. We have
Morgar?
no intention of jumping.
Morgar and we're the keepers of the lighthouse. He's on duty right now, and if he sees this going on, there's going to be some real trouble. Yeah, Morgar doesn't like anybody snooping around down here.
Well, does he have something to hide?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. You probably don't want to be messing with this lighthouse.
I think this guy's a little crazy.
There's a boat down on the dock. You should get in that boat and get the hell out of here.
Sir, we've come here to see the spire. I've been to the top. I've seen the light. I want to go inside and see what else is there.
You've been to the top.
Yes, my good friend Slash brought me to the top, and then I jumped down. It was no problem.
You're out of your mind.
I am not out of my mind, sir. It is full of the knowledge of arcane things.
Oh my God. Morgar's going to be so mad.
Why?
What the hell's wrong with you?
He's not going to be mad at us. Surely he'll be mad at you.
Ah,
Weren't you supposed to be watching the place?
no, he's on duty. I was sleeping until I heard all the noise you guys are making out here. Jesus. Oh, I can't believe what the hell are we going to do?
Look, I'll make you a deal. All right?
He
You take
shoves
this.
past you before you can even make your deal.
I'm like holding out a loaf of bread and just like, rude.
He pushes past you, charging through the open doorway, and disappears into the spire.
We better stop him from telling this Morgar person before we get kicked out of here. Come on.
Absolutely, I agree.
I go straight to the door and then wait at the door and usher them in.
Yeah. I blindly just wander through.
I walk through with purpose.
I walk in, but all of my armor is kind of like jingly and jangly because I'm so much less of a person now. Slash, come in with me. You will be amazed by the things you will see.
Of course,
I will
I'll
walk
write
you
all
to-
about it. The world will hear about this spire and everything that you have to share.
So you you enter into the first floor of the lighthouse, the spire, and the only thing that really catches your attention are dozens of figures streaming from a massive crack in the floor, washing like a flood towards the serpentine staircase. They're all filthy and confused. They don't notice you or even care to. They just stream out of this rent in the floor, and immediately head for the staircase, stampeding upwards.
Where are they coming?
Gentlemen, I have no
Does it
idea why
matter?
we took that garbage scow here. We could have come through the floor.
I thought it might be faster.
The garbage scow? I'm gonna go and look at the rent in the floor.
So there's a massive crack in the floor here, in the stone, a hole. There's just people keep crawling out. It's dark and gloomy. You can't see anything in this opening, through this opening. There's filth and just human beings everywhere as they pour
Seems to
out,
have
shoving past
no
you.
end.
I yell out past, to one of them, where are you going? Where have you come from?
They just ignore you. They don't acknowledge you. They don't attempt to communicate with you.
Take out my spear and I stab one right in the stomach.
You pierce it easily, his guts spilling out all over. Doesn't even seem to care. He just crumples to the floor dead.
Disgusting.
I
It
rush
might be
over.
worse than the garbage scow.
I rush over and start kind of bottling some of the entrails and viscera.
I can don't
I'm
eat
gonna-
that.
Wasn't planning on eating it. It may be good for something later.
I don't know
Just
what.
nonchalantly take his place. I assume they have to be in some sort of line when they go up those stairs, right? Like they can't all just be falling apart all over each other, are they?
The stairs are quite wide. They're probably 4 to 5 people can walk abreast up the steps.
So
it's quite a
whatever
massive
hole he
structure.
left in the pile of people, I'm just going to kind of sidestep right in. I'm just, kind of like mumbling melody to myself and looking around, and I'm just going to follow the crowd for a bit.
Up the steps, yes.
Mhm.
So can you make an agility roll for me, please?
Absolutely. That is a 16.
16. So you're jostled quite violently by the people around you. There's so many crushing in, but you seem to be able to hold your footing and
It's like those concerts.
Yes, quite like your concerts. So anyone else planning to head up the steps along with Slash?
Yeah.
Galgenfried will join and use his lance to push some of the bodies out of the way.
I want to investigate the current floor a little bit more. Is there anything else that I can see other than this kind of crack in the floor? Is there other doorways, anything on the walls?
No, this room is completely devoid of any features. It's just a large circular room that encompasses the base of the lighthouse and the massive staircase in the center, spiral staircase, and this giant crack in the floor. Otherwise, there's nothing distinctive. Looks like there's really no evidence anyone's ever been here other than these people pouring out of the hole in the floor.
Call out to Walder, and I say, Walder, remember that little boy carrying that extremely heavy rock? What did he tell you was up here?
Doesn't matter. And I'm going to start swinging my sword as I walk up the steps.
Galgenfried stays out of the way of the sword and follows in his footsteps.
Walder's
Think John Cleese in Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
Walder's just hewing through people left and right, body parts flying, cleaving a path through the stream of humanity. Does anyone wish to follow directly behind Walder?
I follow directly behind Walder, and I always lately say, "Watch out for Walder's sword!" right after it cleaves through people. Baron, open the way. We must get to the top and have the gifts bestowed upon us.
Your shouts do no good. No one cares. You can shout until you're blue in the face. They all just die at the hands of Walder and his blade. Blood soaks the staircase, making it quite slippery. They begin to fall and slide past you as body parts tumble down the staircase back towards the hole in the floor.
It's almost as dirty as the scow.
I'm still standing at the crack in the floor, and I kind of get down on all fours, and it's kind of like a puddle or like a pile of sludge that they're coming out of. What is?
No, it's a literal hole in the floor, and by getting down and kind of shoving some of them out of the way, you can kind of see that there seems to be like a space underneath the spire that they're all coming from.
Okay, I kind of crawl down into the space.
Okay, very well. Fighting your way past the never-ending tide of people, you force your way through the rent in the floor, and the stink of desperation is thick as you are surrounded by these forlorn souls. They look like they mouth silent wails. No sound emanates from them. They claw and scramble over one another in some sort of mad dash to the surface. In the gloom, there's a little bit of light down here, just reflected in from the room above. You can see there's large dust motes that float about the space everywhere. Can you please make a toughness roll for me, Ligon?
18.
18. So you're not bothered by anything down here. There's just this dark, dank, almost basement kind of feel, it's a dirt floor. You can sort of see the perimeter foundation walls of the lighthouse, and off to the distance you can see what looks like a deeper hole that everyone is kind of scrambling out of from down below.
I can't help myself. I have to know where they're coming from. So I go over to the deeper, darker hole and just dunk my head in there.
So,
We're never going to hear from Ligon again.
And I'm kind of talking to myself. I've seen much worse than this. I'm sure I'll make it through.
Oh yeah, you're an herb master. You've definitely seen worse than this.
so and this is going to be player knowledge, not character knowledge. Whatever your motivations were for this character can be carried over to your next character. You don't need to roll for a new motivation. We'll just have some continuity.
Yeah, that's not encouraging.
Yeah.
So have we seen Ligon like disappear into this thing?
Yes, you've seen Ligon just vanish into the hole. He crawled into the hole in the floor and disappeared in the mass of people.
He'll be back. He probably just saw a weird mushroom or something.
So
What's that?
Ligon,
I wasn't paying attention. I'm a little busy here.
You're doing great.
Walder, Ligon has disappeared into the sphincter of people. I don't know where he's gone.
So Ligon, you are completely overwhelmed in the mass of people crawling over you as they grind you into the soil beneath the spire. Can you please give me a strength roll?
16.
16. So you managed to keep your footing and avoid being completely trampled. But in the process, you've lost a random item. Can you please assign a number to your inventory and roll the appropriate die, and you no longer have that item in your inventory?
I have lost my wooden crucifix.
Oh, no.
Oh, bummer.
Into the sphincter.
We were going to burn that later.
You already have. So you've managed to not be completely crushed by the tide of humanity. This rent in the floor, in the soil, seems to just continue on infinitely, and there seems to be a ceaseless, infinite supply of people to pour forth from it. Do you wish to continue pressing your luck with this issue?
Well, it's a dark, dank space, and I haven't found a mushroom yet, so I'm going to just keep delving.
I assume we're pretty used to his excursions by now.
Apparently, Ligon disappears into the hole. Quite honestly, never to be seen again.
It's a whole new world.
That's what I wanted to be the first one to die so bad.
You have succeeded. So as the three of you continue your climb up the stairs, as you make the first twist and turn of the staircase, you see that there is another floor is opening before you, and you have the option of stepping off here or continuing up the staircase. But on this level, something quite odd strikes your fancy. There seems to be strange things happening with the walls. You can't quite tell, but they seem to be moving from what you can see at the staircase.
Seems worth investigating.
Just looking closely, and I look up the stairs and out towards where the floor is, and I agree.
So
Alder, Slash, with all of my arcane knowledge, I noticed the walls are moving. It doesn't bode well. We should continue and investigate, right? Galgenfried wanders toward the walls.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to investigate. I
So
came here to tell a story.
in a story you shall tell.
That's right.
As you step off the staircase and move closer to the walls, you notice that it's a viscous black ink oozing up the walls in defiance of gravity. It's constantly changing, shifting into profane drawings, images of strange creatures, words in a variety of languages, most of them quite uncomfortable. You can see off in the corner a strange, shadowy, incorporeal figure that seems to direct the ink like a conductor would.
It's the great bard.
I'm gonna walk over to him and be like, "What you doing?"
I'm going to
doesn't-
follow Walder.
He doesn't seem to respond to you, but he starts moving what passes for a hand in strange ways and begins to direct the ink in such a fashion that it creates a likeness of you on the wall in ink.
We
And
have
it's
Walder,
part of
there
the
you
story.
are.
I don't think so. That's not a very good likeness.
It's at this moment that one of the strange people coming up the steps stumbles off the staircase onto the floor with you, and it looks a little different. It doesn't seem like one of the folk from the floor. And this happens to be maybe a new friend, someone else that can join you in your misery.
I look at the conductor and I say, "Can you make a likeness of him?" And I point at the new fellow.
Oh, I was just down and I got caught up in some stuff, and now I'm here. There was a lot of people coming out of the floor down there.
You're
and,
bleeding.
I just what?
I point to your shoulder.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's quite a rough lot that come up the stairs.
Did you see our friend Ligon down there? He went into the sphincter of people where you just came from.
The
No,
steeple, we call it.
I didn't see anybody down there that meets any kind of description other than these weird dirt-covered people.
Well, I'm going to re-engage with. I'm just going to say you should join us, friend. This tower has untold gifts to bestow upon us. I have been given the gift of knowledge, and I wish to share it with you and everyone. I wish to share the benefits of the tower with everyone.
Oh, that sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. Anything of the cultish nature, I'm very excited about. Yes.
We're here to learn from the conductor, and I point at the conductor, and I start getting really close to the conductor, and I ask him, "What have you to bestow upon us?"
So as you move closer to him, he doesn't acknowledge you, but now he's beginning to craft a likeness of Gelgenfried. And so he's drawn Walder and you, and he's having you do different things. He's making your caricatures dance and play and move about the room with the strange creatures that he continues to direct. And strange languages and words that swirl around you in the ink and disappear. Names you recognize from your past, names that you might see in your future. You see something form that looks like your departed companion Ligon.
Oh, I see Ligon. I see Ligon. Does my arcane knowledge allow me to interpret anything more?
No.
I just start dancing like my character.
I'm going to walk over to my likeness and reach out and touch it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Can you please roll a d6 for me, Walder?
I'm staring in awe at the conductor, and I will sit down with my axe, and I will try to pick up on his time signature and his emotion, whatever I can glean from this act. I want to join this story.
It's a 10-7 time signature interspersed with a 4-3.
Yeah, definitely not easy to pick up on.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. Depictions of your companions begin to creep up your arms. As the ink spreads from the wall, it starts at your fingertips, it spreads up your hand, up your arm, it grows and grows. And as it trails up your body, it disappears from where it was previously. It finally settles on your face, covering half of your face, becoming an image of one of your companions, the one you like least.
Probably Satrin, because I don't know him.
So half your face is a tattoo now of Satrin's face.
This is some dark magic here. I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, no, this is a gift. It's a gift. You have 2 faces, Walder. 2! And you look like our friend Satrin here. It's amazing.
What do you mean? What happened to my face?
Well, can't you see? It's right at your face.
Well, half of you looks good. The other, not so much.
Anyone have a mirror?
I have a sack we could put over your head.
Is lamellar armor shiny? I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a look at my face in my plate mail armor in the reflection.
And you look like Satrin. You see this strange visage looking back at you in the reflection of your armor. And it is not to your liking.
It's amazing, Walder. Amazing. You came in with 1 face. Now you have 2.
I'm not as excited about this as you are.
The towers works in mysterious ways.
Does the conductor look human?
It is vaguely humanoid, but it has no discernible facial features or even really appendages, no digits. It has what could pass for arms, but and roughly hands, but it's not really discernible or definable as human.
I kind of yell out to everybody, well, this thing looks human enough. I think I could probably kill it. And I just give it a whack with my sacred shepherd's crook.
Can you roll a d6 for me, Satrin?
I'm just looking like, what? Like eyes wide. And the music stops.
6.
6. So as your crook swings through the figure, the ink leaps forth from the wall onto your shepherd's crook, making its way rapidly down the shaft and onto your hand.
Can I drop my shepherd's crook before it makes it to me?
You can try. Let's have an agility roll. DR 14.
Ooh, no, 5.
5.
Satrin, accept the gift.
So as the crook swings through the figure, he disappears into a blob of ink on the floor, which quickly incorporates itself into the wall ink and vanishes into the mass of ink, which stops. The drawing stops, but the ink continues to ooze upwards, just in streams, like a backwards waterfall. You, on the other hand, the ink has made its way up your hand, on your arm, and you can't quite see where it's gone because it's gone up your sleeve and it's disappeared somewhere on your chest. You can feel it kind of moving around.
Ooh. I kind of turn around and pull open my shirt and kind of face everybody.
Accept the gift, Satrin.
Look
Accept
down.
it.
Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
20.
20. My.
I thought that was going to be good.
It could be. So something interesting has been etched on your chest, and from looking at it, you can see that a scroll, a power, has been tattooed onto your chest. Of course, you need to disrobe in order to read it, but you have the Enochian syntax tattooed upon your chest now. And when you cast this, one creature blindly obeys a single command.
Okay.
Oh, the spire just keeps continuing to give gift after gift. 2 faces, a scroll,
Kelgan,
this brain.
I think you may be
I
right.
haven't
These are
received any
gifts.
Gifts. And I get up and I try to get exactly where the conductor was and like feel if there's anything I can do to like take his place.
You stand in roughly the area he was, and you don't feel any different. You don't feel any more attuned to the tower or to this conductor.
Damn it! Why'd you have to do that?
You know, I thought he was troublemaking, and I was going to undo his troublemaking. You know, dark magic. I was interested. I don't know.
Slash, you
Spirit
might,
of a
you might
great
just touch the
storyteller.
wall.
I just say it's the spirit of a great storyteller. Look what we've lost, and I point over towards the ink on the wall.
I kind of proudly display my chest. Yeah, well, it's so a proud tattoo is what I've got.
Yeah,
over and I just-
look what we've lost.
I just
I
touch
kind of
very
pull out
gently.
the bag, and I'm like, eh?
Kind of makes it hard to see.
Scoop the ink.
You're scooping the ink.
Yeah, just with a finger, like a cake.
You're going to touch the ink. Oh, you will get the gift.
A d6 for me, please, Slash.
That's a 2.
A 2. Heretical words spread across your forehead as you touch the ink. You now have -2 to reaction rolls.
By God, man, you are doomed. Doomed, but it's a gift.
What is it? I can't see.
The arcane knowledge tells me it's a very heretical thing. All sorts of blasphemy is all over your body. It is a gift.
That's terrific.
I can tell you the two-headed basilisk, they would not be happy with this. But you know what?
Fuck the basilisks.
You're my kind of guy now.
Yes, it's something that would make Satrin quite happy.
Very interested to see what other gifts we could find in the spire. So interested.
I'm like trying to rub it and it's not coming off.
No, you are quite permanently tattooed.
I'm pretty happy with it though. As long as it doesn't say like dick face and it actually is sacrilegious.
Oh, yes. Very sacrilegious.
Good.
I can't read all the words, but certainly the pictures are telling.
I never would have thought to put a cross there.
So, does anyone else wish to? Well, who's left?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Galgenfried, do you care to touch the ink?
I would prefer to have gone through the conductor. So,
Don't you?
Yes, but he's no longer with us.
He's had enough gifts.
Yeah, well, I have arcane knowledge. I would like to explore somewhere else and accept another gift.
I will accept the next gift.
I'm going to
we'll
walk
see what
behind
it is.
Galgenfried and try to push him into the wall.
All right. Well, Walder, you make a strength roll. Galgenfried, give me an opposing agility roll.
Okay, I've got a -2 on agility.
Thanks.
17 for me.
Thanks to the switching, I have a -3 to strength, which makes my total 1.
Very nice. Walder completely misses as Galgenfried sidesteps him, and he falls face first into the wall. Do me a favor and roll a d6, Derek.
Walder!
Welder.
Do you want more gifts, do you?
Yeah, I kind of look over at Slash and say, "Oh, he is hungry, isn't he? He's hungry for this."
5.
And speaking of which, I also need you to make a toughness test of a DR10 as you get a big mouthful of the ink.
Swallow as much as you can, Walter.
That would be a 7.
And could you please roll a d4?
Keep drinking. Keep drinking.
4.
Like brushing his hair.
So let's start with the first part of this. As you fall face first into the wall, into the ink, you feel the ink wash over you and down your back, and it disappears onto your back. You can feel it moving around and forming some sort of a shape on your back. You can't tell quite what it is, though. You'd have to disrobe for your friends to tell you what it is. Now, on the other hand, there did seem to be some positivity of this swallowing of ink. Please roll a d6 against the stat of your choice, as though you were getting better or worse.
So that is a 3, and my current strength is a -3.
So you can now have a strength of -2 as you feel your muscles swell with the power of the tower.
Oh, Walter, look at what's happened.
His muscles are all now more cut, just immediately.
Look at the veins in your arms. I can see the strength flow into you.
The tide of people continue streaming up the stairs. They seem completely uninterested in the ink and in the four of you standing here and your shenanigans. King Fathmu might be in charge, but indeed there is still malarkey.
Yeah, I see. I look back at all the people heading up, and I see somebody that I might recognize, and I kind of get caught off guard, and I feel like we have to keep moving up and following them.
They seem excited about something up at the top, and if this ink display is anything of the early gifts of this tower, I must agree, Gelfried. We've got more gifts ahead.
Oh, I cannot wait to see what happens when we follow the meat sacks up.
I pick up my shepherd's crook and kind of fall in line as if to go up the stairs.
Just humming.
Walder, will you continue your hewing?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, the four of you head to the stairs, and I think now would be an excellent time to pause and allow our players to have a moment of respite.